WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare, weird, crazy bottlings. Ballechin, Huelva, orange wine cask finish. Have you ever had a single malt with 50 ppm from a orange wine cask finish? I don't know. All right, so we do have the typical information here from Ballechin, Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, 15 years old. Huelva, orange wine cask finish, distilled on the 2nd of September 2009. They're good at this. They have their own bottling line, so they can actually tack these things, because it was bottled just 2 days after its 15th birthday on the 4th of September 2024, so it's fairly recent. And there's 2,430 bottles. Natural color, cask strength, we have 54.1%. Whiskybase 262534, and we're talking here about a product that has the recommended retail price of €84.90. So the first shops have it online already for $75. So let's talk a little bit here about, first of all, this whiskey, and second of all, what are Huelva orange wine casks. So the first thing, this whiskey. So we have here a whiskey that has been matured for about 13 years in oak. I have no idea what type of barrels. Usually Edradour is a little bit more transparent. They would, for example, often write on the back of the bottle how many barrels went in the batch. No information here. All right. But there is information on the back that says they were finished for 26 months. This heavily peated, at least 50 ppm single malt in casks that originally held orange wine from the Andalusian province, Huelva, in Spain. So this liqueur wine is actually made with aroma from the local bitter oranges. And so this deep, rich, smoky citrus fruits, grilled stone fruits, meat, mature maritime smoke. All right. Now, what is in all the world orange wine? So the official name is Vino Naranja del Condado de Huelva. So, did you understand my Spanish? I'm trying, but I'm not the best, I know, all right? So be patient with me. So, I'm going to read from the German website because it's just a little bit better here. So this is a white wine that is actually from a protected geographical region called Condado de Huelva. And it has to have at least 14.5%. It has to have at the most 14.5% ABV for the foundation. All right. So then you actually add brandy. What is brandy? I learned something. Brandy comes actually from the Dutch word brandwijn, which is very similar to Germany, which means burnt wine. We don't burn wine, we're brennen, so which means distilled wines. That's all brandy means, brandwijn. That's the same word we use here. I thought that was kind of cool that we got our brandy from that. So we take brandy with at least 20 grams of orange peels per liter, and we actually put it in tanks with a maximum 1,000 liters for 6 months. And this alcohol-based natural preparation is then filtered before it is actually added to the wine. So normally when you make port, normally when you make sherry, you just take the white wine and you add brandy to it. It's not grain neutral alcohol, it's brandy. So they don't take grain, alcohol made from grains, they take alcohol made from grapes, which means distilled wine. Okay, now in order to fulfill the requirements for the sugar, if necessary, they actually add a little bit here of grape juice or concentrated grape juice But this grape juice has to come from that region of Condado del Huelva. So 3% of that end product has to be alcohol-based in nature. After you've actually added everything together here, I don't know why it has to be 3%. All right. After we've added everything together, the end product has to mature for at least 2 years, and now we finally get to the point for our casks, in oak casks for at least 2 years. Now, these oak casks cannot have a capacity of more than 650 liters. Just almost a similar thing like with whiskey, where it's 600 liters. And so these were hogsheads. So these were 250 liter barrels. Good. Now, you're going to find this funny or unique or crazy, but I actually have a product from the US here. This is from Smooth Ambler. It's part of the Founder's Cask finish. It's a straight wheat whiskey finished in Vino de Naranja casks. 46%, 6 years. So when I was at the distillery in August of 2024 in West Virginia at Smooth Ambler, I found this bottle here and I bought it. I was gifted actually. Thank you very much for that. I bought Contradiction Rye and I bought something else. But I was gifted this bottle. Very, very unique here. This is batch 1, I think Donna bottled by. I'm not very good with reading names like that, so let's see here if it can focus or not. This is a distillery exclusive. You can only get it at the distillery, and it's exactly the same. St. Kilian is a German distillery that just in July of 2024 released a orange Naranja wine single malt. And the RY3 has released in August of 2024 Naranja wine cask finished rye. So more and more people are trying this. This is not a single distillery that has ever done this, but the 26-month finish is really, really unique. Andrew Symington, the owner of Signature Vintage, Edradour, and the brand Ballechin, he's taken some risks in his life. He's done some interesting and crazy and fantastically different things. And I think this is one of them. And this could have gone south. This could have been a disaster. He could have said, hey, we have our wonderful 13-year-old Ballechin here, and we put it into these orange wine casks for 26 months, and then it turned out to be crap. What do we do? But apparently it did not, because when I smell it, I don't really get much. This is me. I get the Ballechin peat moment. I get a little bit of an orange bitterness, I think. Over here, I get a lot of that orange bitterness. I think the casks were overpowering in this, unfortunately. So I think the 26 months might have been just right here. Who has experience? How long do you leave it in there for the finishing moment? Could you do a full maturation for 15 years? Maybe, but would it be good? Probably not. We're talking about bitter orange spice here, all right? So the bitter orange, not everyone likes that in their whiskey. But if you taste it, so this is cask strength. This is 54.1%, 15 years of age. A little bit of alcohol, not much. The peat smoke rises and dissipates. The first fill, Huelva orange wine hogsheads remains. And it's there. And it's not overly dominant, but present. And they handshake. It's a really, really fine, harmonious type of greeting. This is much better than I thought it was. I could not have imagined this. I could not have said, oh, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing. This is something where I go, wow, that works. All right, so I'm going to give this actually like a C+. Now, other people that like peat are going to give it a B+. Not me. So value for money. Ballechin just put out a new small batch cask strength edition number 2, 18 years of age, 150 euros. You can get 2 of these for just 3 years more without a special finish. So I don't think this is overly priced for 15 years of age and cask strength for 80 euros. Some people have it for 75, as I said already. Masters of Malt, 75 pounds. It's a very okay value for money. Solid C. Taste, as I said, for me, my palate, C+. Now this is funky. And my question of the day is, what is your funkiest, craziest, weirdest finishing you've ever had? Some people are going, oh, tequila, mezcal. No, that's not funky. That's not going in there. Oh, Amberana. Sorry, that is stupidly yucky, but not the funk. Well, maybe it was the funkiest. Who knows? There have been some weird stuff out there. I remember Willet here and this orange liqueur. There's been some other things I've seen where it's just like, oh, come on, really? Even the Scotch has started using, I think Loch Lee uses stout. I wasn't even aware that stout was allowed in Scotland. In Germany, yes. In Ireland, yes. But is stout a traditional cask used for finishing? All right, so I know Graham Cool, back then when he was at Glenmorangie, he got his fingers slapped for using cider. So he was not, that's not a traditional cask. You can't use cider because it's a stone fruit. And apparently beer is not a stone fruit, so I guess maybe they can use it after all. But this is not my cup of tea. This is a little weird, a little funky. I think it's just been in the cask a little bit too long. I really get that bitter orange liqueur moment. I don't think the whiskey's the problem. I think the bitter orange, the Vino de Naranja cask is really the problem. It tastes like it's supposed to taste, but it's just not my flavor profile. This, on the other hand, actually is nice. Very, very good. I have no idea if this will make it outside of Germany. I do know it's outside of it. It's actually at in Masters of Malt. It's in the Netherlands. It's in Poland. It's in Austria. This is probably going to be a Europe exclusive. 2,430 bottles. Sounds... It's not too much, to be honest. This is an exclusive type of weirdo product. Just geeks are going to buy it. And so I think this is going to be around. I mean, this has been out now since October 1st. We still have over 25 different online shops or shops that still have it. I like. It gets my stamp of approval. It's different. It's unique. It's well balanced. Well done. Well done. Well done. What is your funkiest, craziest, weirdest finish you've ever had for a whiskey? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, telling other people about this crazy guy over in Europe or in Germany here tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Hope to see you real soon. Bye-bye.